Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be comparing three medium weapons that I think I would consider to be some of the best endgame options. Most people pick up the Forgotten Gladius as their endgame weapon because of the swing speed meta we're kind of currently in, where things with a higher swing speed are typically valued higher. But I personally want to put some shine on some other weapons, specifically two other weapons that I believe are kind of underrated by kind of putting a stat by stat comparison. The weapons I have, I'm going to be dividing them into three categories. The swing speed category, the damage category, and the blunt category. The swing speed category is going to go to the best weapon that has a higher swing speed. This doesn't necessarily mean the highest swing speed, but higher swing speeds than other weapons in its category. Next is going to be the damage category. This is going to be whatever does the most damage, and the blunt category is going to be the best weapon that does blunt damage. First, we have the Forgotten Gladius. The Gladius has a max damage of 30.6, a swing speed of 0.78, a weight of 5, a range of 8, and 13% armor penetration. I said this one is the best because it has a 0.02 less swing speed than the Warden's Ceremonial, but it does 1.7 more damage and has 13% armor penetration, which I believe really kind of pushes it as the best swing speed option for the medium weapon category. The next is the Serpent's Edge. The Serpent's Edge damage is 35.2, which actually ties with the Alloyed Shotel. But the reason why I picked the Serpent's Edge over the Alloyed Shotel is because it has a swing speed of 0.75, which is 0.02 higher, and has a better critical. The critical is what really kind of sold it to me. The Shotel will do like a little kind of spin around it, but the Serpent's Edge will do 3 slashes going forward. Not exactly like the dagger, but kind of similar. I just believe that the Serpent's Edge critical is just better in combat. As for the other stats of the Serpent's Edge, it has a weight of 6, a range of 8.5, taking the highest range out of the 3 weapons picked, with a penetration of 5%. In my opinion, this is the best and the one that I usually pick up. These stats, in my opinion, are much more fitting for the medium weapon category. The damage is pretty high and it'll assist you pretty well, and with a swing speed of 0.75 being faster than most other medium weapons, but slower than some, I feel like this is kind of the middle ground between not wanting to swing kind of slow and wanting to have kind of a light weapon playstyle, while also not really wanting to have to sacrifice damage. This is, in my opinion, the weapon that everyone should be picking up if Forgotten Gladius should ever get nerfed. Forgotten Gladius, we are kind of in a swing speed meta where people are really emphasizing swing speed as a way to get free hits in. And while, yeah, that's kind of true, the Serpent's Edge also does outrange, and the damage and critical that the Serpent's Edge has, I believe, really does make it a contender for the Forgotten Gladius as the #1 spot. The last weapon on our list, maybe a controversial take, because there's only 2 blunt medium weapons, and that's the Sacred Hammer. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, there are 2 different stats shown on the wiki for the Sacred Hammer. I picked the one in the statistics box, but there is an image showing otherwise. I do not know the actual stats at the time of this video. The Sacred Hammer has a max damage of 33.15. Again, I don't know if this is true. It does kind of seem a little weird. It has a swing speed of 0.73, taking the slowest weapon out of all on the list, a weight of 5, tying with the Forgotten Gladius, a range of 8, also tying with the Forgotten Gladius, and a penetration of 5, tying for the Serpent's Edge. The reason why blunt damage is such a nice thing to have is because a lot of things will have slash resistance in the endgame, and this is assuming that we 2 power level 60s are going at it, or you're in endgame PvE like Void Owls and Corrupted King Threshers. So blunt damage may actually be something that you need in order to have a more stable chance going into the future. A really good example of something with slash resistance is the Arisian Golems or the Stone and Blizzard Knights. So again, blunt damage is just a really nice thing to have. Out of all 3 of the weapons shown, all of them, in my opinion, are pretty viable options, especially because Sacred Hammer also, the critical is a guaranteed block break because it is a blunt weapon. If I had to choose the best, I would say the Serpent's Edge. I just think that the extra, little around 5, I'm too lazy to do math right now, if I'm being honest with you. I just think that the extra damage of the Serpent's Edge really kind of pushes it as why it's the best. But let me know what your arguments, or if I got the Sacred Hammer stats wrong. Now, I did say earlier in the video that if I got the Sacred Hammer stats wrong, I would show it in the video. So the alternative stats are in this image right here. The damage is 34, the penetration is 10%, the medium weapon scaling is 7, a weight of 5, a range of 8, and a 0.75 swing speed. if these are the correct stats or the more recent stats, I would definitely say this is the best, simply just due to how good blunt damage can be. But as of the time recording, I believe these are the pre-nerf stats. If the Forgotten Gladius, or not the Forgotten Gladius, the Sacred Hammer ever did get a nerf. So I would have to give it to the Serpent's Edge for the best medium weapon. The extra damage, in my opinion, is just kind of invaluable. It's just really helpful. And you're not really losing out on that much swing speed, which is why I will argue that, and you can outrange the Forgotten Gladius. So I just believe that the Forgotten Gladius is kind of just a worse Serpent's Edge. Let me know your argument in the comments down below of why you think one of these weapons is better than the other, or if you think that there is a different weapon that I didn't mention that's better than either of these two. Anyways, have a good day. Peace.